Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Garak here, your casual gamer dad, coming at you guys with another Final Fantasy XIV job review video. No beating around the bush this time about who it is. Y'all know it's the last of the 4 tanks that we had left to level, and that is, of course, the Gunbreaker. The new kid on the block as far as the tanks go, new as a Shadowbringers last expansion, and I got to say, it was fun. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. So we'll just dive right in, keeping in the form of our usual format here, where I'll first give you my overall opinion. We'll go over what's new and what's changed, and then we'll do a little quick bit on style, and we're gonna add in, before we give our conclusion, we're gonna add in one more news section. I will do an overall video about this for the other jobs that I haven't done yet, but basically I'm going to do a section where I'm going to touch on PvP, because PvP, as you can tell from my armor glamour, has been a big part of what I've been doing lately, and it's pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. So, alright, overall thoughts and opinions on Gunbreaker. Like I said, it was fun. It was a lot more fun than I thought. When it was first released in Shadowbringers, it was the top damage dealing tank for that expansion and was known basically as the true blue DPS job. Not just because of just like how much damage it dealt, but just because of its flow, right? Compared to the other tanks, it was very fast paced and combo driven compared to, say, Paladin, Warrior, or Dark Knight. And when I say combo driven, I don't just mean like, your 1-2-3 combo as it's known gameplay wise. I mean like utilizing weaving in and out of skills, whether they're global cooldowns or off global cooldowns. And when I say combo driven, I mean primarily its main ability that it gets at 80, which is continuation, which allows it to take an already 3-part combo that it does that consumes cartridges, but then continues it on and makes it basically a 6-point combo, which is it's good. Defensive wise, it's pretty solid. I want to say defensive wise, it's on par as Paladin. So Warrior is still the king in dungeons, and I want to say even in raids, as far as like self-sustain and just defensives go. Whereas Paladin and Gunbreaker kind of neck and neck. They're good. You feel pretty sturdy on them, but you're not gonna solo heal, solo keep yourself alive in most situations like you could on a Warrior. And then of course Dark Knight is still down at the bottom. Dark Knight's just, it's Dark Knight. That's all I gotta say. But we're here to talk about Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker is good. Gunbreaker was fast paced. The combat was really interesting. It kept me engaged, and I felt good running dungeons. A couple primary end game things that weren't dungeons, trials and whatnot. I felt pretty good. I feel good enough. Obviously, like with Dark Knight and Paladin, I'm not an expert. It is not what I main when it comes to tanks. So take my opinion for what it is. It is an opinion, but I feel like Gunbreaker's in a good position, and I like what they've done with it to an extent. So let's dive into the next section where we go over what's new and what has changed. So as far as the goodies go, really, not much new has happened, to be completely honest with you. We've got Heart of Corundum at 82. That's more of an upgrade. That just takes Heart of, what is it beforehand? Heart of Stone, I think. Yeah, Heart of Stone, and it basically just gives it the bloodwetting treatment. It just extends it out to a bunch of stuff. So now you can target other people with it. That's something that has changed. You can target yourself or someone else with it. I think it was just a self-target in Shadowbringers. I could be wrong. Again, I'm no expert. I could have been wrong about that. But as you can see, the tooltip here reduces damage by 15% for 8 seconds. If you target a party member while under the effect of Brutal Shell, the effect is also granted to the target. Duration for 30 seconds there. It grants Clarity of Corundum, which then reduces damage taken by an additional 15% for 4 seconds. So much like Bloodwetting, you got 30% damage reduction for 4 seconds, and then it goes down to 15 for another 4 seconds. And then, of course, we also get another buff called Catharsis of Corundum, where if we get below 50% of our maximum HP before the effect expires, we will get a cure potency of 900 restored to us. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's good in a pinch. It's only got a 25-second cooldown, so I mean, pop this baby all the time. Just keep using it. It's good stuff. Other than that, I mean, mostly traits. Let's see, level 80 Danger Zone Mastery. Yeah, I mean that we get that at 80, so we're not worried about that. Hearthstone Mastery, that gives us Heart of Corundum. Enhanced Aurora. We now get 2 charges for our heal over time. That's pretty decent. It's not the best, but I mean, it's good. Self-sustain. 86 Enhanced Continuation. This ties into a new ability that we get at level 86 called Hypervelocity. So previously in Shadowbringers at 70 we get Continuation, which basically turns our Gnashing Fang combo, which does it say on there? Grants ready to rip? No, it doesn't. Let me see if I can find the... I don't think I can find the tooltips in here, can't I? We get Talon. Yeah, so it goes... So at 60 we get this 3-hit combo, right? And this is what I'm talking about, a combo-driven combat. You get Gnashing Fang. After you use it, it turns into Savage Claw. After you use Savage Claw, it turns into Wicked Talon. Well, at 70, when we get Continuation, you get Gnashing Fang, which then procs Continuation that turns into Jugular Rip. So you do Gnashing Fang, Jug Rip, Savage Claw, Abdomen Tear, Wicked Talon, Eye Gouge. So it becomes what normally would be a... Oh my god, maintenance on all worlds will begin shortly. Ah, crap. 3-hit combo, 6-hit combo, blah, blah, blah. Hypervelocity is the same thing, only it works with Burst Strike. So, hold on, let me just see if I can demo it here. If this goes down in the middle of my video, it's going to feel real bad. So you see here, we got Cartridge, we got Burst Strike, we got Boom. Now we get Hypervelocity. It's pretty good. It's just damage. Something to use cartridges on. Otherwise, besides our Gnashing Fang combo and just Burst Strike, just gives us something good to use. And then really the only other things we get, 88 Enhanced Charge, Cartridge Charge. We now get 3 charges to our cartridge as opposed to 2. And that ties into our level 90 skill called Double Down, which is just big buku damage. Costs 2 cartridges though. So the only issue that I have with all of these new things and things that have changed, because really not much else has changed about Gunbreaker since Shadowbringers, is really just the fact that our No Mercy window only lasts 20 seconds. And in order to squeeze in all of our good stuff for the opener and otherwise, it gets really spicy. You gotta have really like hyper focus and like perfect usage of your opener and rotation to get it. But it does work when you do it, and it pays off. It's good damage and good flow. So really nothing else that I can think of has changed about Gunbreaker aside from those. You know, it's pretty solid. It hasn't changed much since last expansion. So it looks like we're gonna get taken out for maintenance soon. I missed that notification earlier, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up real quick. God, now I'm on a time limit. Style points. I mean, their class armor looks pretty decent. I think I still have it in my... Yeah, sure do. Let's see. Save outfit. See if I can do this quick enough here. No, I don't want to search for item. What's wrong with me? Try on. So their class gear, I mean, looks pretty solid. It's not bad. Not my favorite. I'm not really a fan of the whole like just like trench coat and pants or whatever, but it works. For a Gunbreaker, it works. It's not bad. Obviously their animations are off the charts. I love all of the animations. I think, you know, it's a very well animated class. Everything looks flashy and impactful, so it's definitely like A+ as far as that goes. PvP, we're going to talk about PvP here for a hot minute. So PvP, man, so Gunbreakers in PvP, I would say they're like, I want to say A tier, like a low A tier. They are, you know, they're fast paced, they are really good on the spread of abilities, but doing damage on them gets a little janky. This is where like the combo based combat with the Gnashing Fang combo just kind of doesn't necessarily fit. But then again, it does. It's very hard to describe unless you've done it before. But weaving in like double down on OGCD does a ton of damage. When you can get the full Gnashing Fang off, it does a ton of damage. It's and their limit break is pretty wild. They end up taking more damage for each stack every time they hit with it, but the amount of damage that it does is bananas. If you can catch a good group of the enemy team, just like right all up together, get them stunned, and just blam, blast that LB off, you're gonna be you're gonna clean house pretty good with that if you time it right. It's pretty nice. They're pretty solid, but they're just not as good as Warrior, and I'm not just simping on Warrior like I normally do. It's just they're a little bit under. They're like a low A tier, but they're definitely fun. Okay, so conclusion of Gunbreaker, I would say out of all the tanks, they are definitely like, they're on a favorites list. I could play Gunbreaker and feel good about it in a Savage or Extreme setting. I would say overall, as far as the tanks go, from like favorite to least favorite, I think you guys could probably predict this, but definitely gonna have to be Warrior in the #1 spot. Paladin and Gunbreaker are kind of tied for #2. They're like neck and neck, and then Dark Knight's down at the bottom for me right now. I would say if you're interested in getting started with tanking and you've got a job up at max level that isn't a tank and you're kind of like, well, which one do I start with? And I think I've said this before in the Dark Knight video, but I would definitely suggest starting with Warrior or Paladin, just because they are easier to work with and you can feel safe on both of those jobs and learn how tanking works as a whole, as a job, as a role, rather than just the individual, like what you're playing then. But if you can get to like Shadowbringers on either of those two jobs, I would definitely then go ahead and say, by that point you've seen and done everything that you're going to see. If you want to switch to Gunbreaker, you're good to do that. You would be safe to switch to Gunbreaker at that time. You wouldn't lose anything because you would be at 80 still. So totally your choice. They're a bit more of an advanced job, I would say, but really not. I mean, they're fast paced. You got to weave in those combos, and you just got to be ready to like pay attention during your opener, where you can kind of fall asleep on some of the other ones. This one, you really got to pay attention if you want to cram everything into your no mercy window. So definitely a 9 out of 10 job. It's really fun, it's really solid, and I would definitely recommend it once you get the basics of tanking down. So before they kick us out for maintenance, I'm gonna sign off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. We are now done with the tanks. We are moving on to DPS roles once again. I'm currently gonna be leveling Summoner, but my Summoner is only level 54. So it's gonna be a while. But bear with me here. If I can do it fast enough, I can get the video out to you guys fast enough. I might release another Final Fantasy 14 video here or there in between, just to, you know, give you guys some FF14 content, but I'll try and get that done for you guys ASAP. So look forward to that. If you have any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, anything of your own, please leave them down there in the comment section. If you like what you saw tonight, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more from my channel, you know, shameless plugs here, please hit the subscribe button. It would really help me out. It'll help me grow even just a little bit. Even just 1 or 2 here and there just really works, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for taking the time to watch these videos, and I look forward to sending the next one out to you guys, and I will see you then in the next video. Y'all have a great night.